Hello, this is Malorian, and this will be a 2,500 point game of my Orcs against some High Elves. So this is the first game of a series of a tournament I just ran this weekend here. Luckily I got to play because there was an odd number of people, so I got to fill it up. But anyway, it's going to be a tournament where it's based off these interesting scenarios, and each one is kind of linked in with the other. So the whole idea is that your general went to this bar and he got poisoned. And so in this first one, his adrenaline is up, so he has increased strength and attacks and stuff, but he's trying to get revenge and all this stuff, and so you have to burn down the bar. You have to, and by doing that, to stay have an unengaged unit within an inch of the bar there, the middle building. You started your turn and going to the end of your next turn. Both of our generals are starting right there at the building on opposite sides. You have to kill the bartender, which is your opponent's most expensive model other than the general. You have to have 2 units in their deployment zone at the end of turn 4. You have to kill a model with your general, and at the end of the game you need to have your general back in your own deployment zone, which is 18 inches out, and he can't be within a foot of the sides. So there you have it. Anyway, looking at what I have, on the far left I have some Savage Orc boar boys with shields, Doom Diver, 2 Chukkas, 6 River Trolls, Mangler Squig, Boar Chariot, 50 Orcs with shields, and there's my Black Orc BSB there. Then you see I got my Orc War Boss with the Wizarding hat. I got 10 wolf riders with bows and spears and banner musician, and in there I got a goblin war boss with the sword of bloodshed, potion of strength. Then I got 50 more orcs, a giant, a wolf chariot, and then I got a big unit of 25 savage orcs with spears in full command. So if you haven't noticed, my list is made up of stuff that I just don't usually use. Of course, being the tournament organizer, if I get to take part in these tournaments, I want to make sure I'm not bringing a jerk army, right? I want to make sure it's fully painted, it's a nice army. I basically want to be putting on a good impression for everyone else. So that's what this is here. Anyway, I'm up against High Elves, and so looking on the left, he has 2 units of 5 scouts that are both together there in the river. He has 2 eagles. He has a big long unit of that's actually Sea Guard there. Then he has a unit of the Phoenix Guard, and in there he has a BSB, a Noble, and his Archmage, which turns out to be the bartender. He has 10 archers, he has 3 repeater bolt throwers, and then his general on the other side here is, I can't remember his name, he's the guy that's like the archer special character guy. But anyway, looking at this, shouldn't be too bad. My wizarding hat thing was the lure of fire, and I got fireballs and stuff, so as long as I get the jump on him soon, I think my objective shouldn't be too hard to pull off. Alright, so I get turn 1. Animosity isn't a problem, neither is stupidity. The river trolls go in charge. The one group with the skirmisher archers there, they flee. I redirect, they also flee. Everything's moving up. My general is now in the left unit with my BSB. I cast some spell, the fireball one. I got an irresistible force, blasted my unit, killed a few guys, also put a wound on my general, so that wasn't too cool, and I only killed a few of his guys, like 4, so it wasn't even all that great. In shooting, I didn't really accomplish too much. One of my chukkas had actually misfired, and I can't use it this turn or next, so much for killing those eagles. And otherwise, you can just see stuff is moving up. I really want to try and kill his bolt throwers as soon as possible, because unfortunately, my giant is the, the bartender for him to kill, and with all those bolt throwers, I don't think he'll last long. So on his turn 1, his skirmishers rally. He has both his eagles rush up so that next turn they can take on my war machines. Otherwise, a lot of his stuff actually moves back. He has his general, that special character, go into the central building. I thought that was kind of risky. But anyway, you can see that my giant's gone, and that's because that's what happens when your giant is reduced to toughness 3, and then 3 repeater bolt throwers open up into him. So yeah, it got really ripped up. Also lost a few of my wolves over there. Luckily, though, when he tried shooting with his general, he actually managed to miss. So far his general hasn't killed anyone. So my turn 2, again I get pretty lucky with animosity and stupidity. My boar boys on the left charge one eagle, it flees, I try to redirect, I fail. Then the river trolls charge the fleed eagle, catch it, so that's why they're way up there. And trying to shoot the eagle with the other war machines, just can't manage to do anything. My mangler's moving right up there. So that's all looking really good. On the right, my wolves went and combo charged into both of the bolt throwers there, destroyed them both. My savages had last turn gone into the one building on the right. Those are all haunted mansions, by the way. Now they popped up on the other side. My big unit had charged his archers. They fled. He just kind of removed the forest back there because in the way. And then my unit on the left just kind of reformed to face the building. And I got the big fireball spell off and killed his general right off the bat. So that's fantastic. You know, that's 2 objectives he can't meet anymore, and another guy I don't need to worry about. And then this happened. So, you know, I knew when I showed my flank to this unit that this was a risk, but when we measured it out, he was going to get a 9. And so, looking at this, I thought, well, there's a good chance he won't be able to do this, and you know, even though I know it'd be better for me to flee because objective-wise I need to get my general back to my zone, I thought, well, that'll make my trolls useless because they're never going to pass their leadership 4, and, you know, what's the odds he'll get off his the 9 charge anyway? Yeah, he rolled it, no problem, so this is really bad. So after his turn, it looks like this. His archers on the left move up, shoot up a couple of my boar boys there. His eagle goes and destroys a doom diver, and it panics both the chukkas, so they're both there cowering. Otherwise, his archers kind of just rallied and looked over to look at some things. And yeah, he kicked my butt. I had moved over my characters to go and try and attack his archmage, so I could at least get that point, but he got some magic off, reduced my toughness by 2, and just crushed me, killed both my characters before I even got the swing, and I managed to get 1 wound on his archmage with regular orcs, and that was it. So he crushed me, I broke, and luckily I got away, but I might as well say now that I failed to rally and they run off the board. So where I was in a good lead, now things are starting to unravel. So my turn 3, still no problems with animosity. The boar boys in the left go into 1 unit of the archers, slaughter them, go and overrun into the next unit. My chariot just turns around to look at his unit because, hey, if I charge in, maybe I can finish off that 1 archmage and get those points. On the right, my orcs run up and kill that 1 archer unit, so it looks like I got all this stuff here on the right, but unfortunately I need to go and deal with him there on the left. And the big thing I'm going to try and stop him from getting is the 2 units in my zone at the end of turn 4. So as well, I'm hoping that my chariot will be there to try and scare him off. So his turn 3, his eagle turns around. I beat his other archers, but they get away. His unit of Phoenix Guard turns around to face my chariot, so it seems like they took the bait, and otherwise he just threw a few shots into my big unit of 50 over there and didn't do anything too important. So my turn 4, I get my points for being in his zone. The chukkas shoot into his eagle, both miss, 1 misfired again and can't shoot next turn. Charge his archers, they manage to get away. I decided to charge my big unit of 15 to his spearmen, just hoping to catch him and hopefully make it so that his Phoenix Guard won't actually come back and countercharge me and pull them away from my zone. This one worked out okay. I actually won combat, but he held. And the big thing, though, is that now I have my my wolf riders rushing back because I'm hoping that war boss can now finish off his archmage. Unfortunately, my chariot went in, wasn't able to get the job done. He has a noble in there with a great weapon, and he just kind of tore me apart before I even got to really attack with my guys. So his turn 4, this is kind of funny. His eagle charges in and does nothing. I do a wound back when it's a push because he charged. Unfortunately, he didn't really totally fall for what was going on because he did remember the mission. He moved that 1 noble back into my zone there, so he's going to get that objective point. And yeah, he gets Mind Razor off on his spearmen, and we didn't even roll the combat. I just took them off because, you know, he would be doing like 20 wounds with all that stuff. But at least now I'm still set up to try and kill his archmage. So my turn 5, I pop the potion and I charge in here, all set to go. And in the end, I got the job done. I guess what happened here is he forgot that he was actually a war boss in that unit, so he attacked the unit, wiped it out, and then, I have 7 strength, 7 attacks. I just wiped out the Archmage, and just to make things even, more perfect, I rolled double ones and held. So, mission accomplished there, that's for sure. And then his turn 5 is just a simple matter of him killing this character just out of spite. So at the end of it, I had gotten 4 objectives, he had gotten 3. I think the big thing that I got from here is just, who cares about river trolls? I'd kept my general there mainly to keep them in range, and really there was nothing for them to do objective-wise. I mean, they would have been an okay thing to send against a spearman just to try and chew them down a bit, but really, when it comes down to a mission like this, which is all about objectives, it was kind of foolish and kind of cocky for me just to hope he wasn't going to roll a 9 to make that charge. And I know I have more of an aggressive and a chancy gambling play style when it comes to Warhammer, but obviously here it really bit me in the butt. So anyway, I loved that my Orc war boss with the wizard hat did his thing. Frying the enemy general with a fireball was nice, and it was just a good fun game all around. So thanks for watching. Bye.